right, we're going to talk about dreams real quick for a second because of all the dream confirmations that are coming out right now. Because right now I'm on my rapture trip for a little while. Because some of you are contacting me, you're scared, and there's all these confirmations. I'm trying to have a balance here because dreams are subjective. If you watch something on TV and you fall asleep watching it on TV, you'll notice that sometimes you're going to dream about the things that are on the television subconsciously. There was one time in my testimony where I fell away and I was so psychotic on drugs, I thought the FBI was after me. And I kept thinking about it all the time, and I dreamed about it. And I'm not saying that God does not give confirmations or that dreams are not a way he speaks. He does speak. He speaks in riddles, parables, dark speech, symbolic language, and parabolic language in dreams. Problem with that is that everybody is a dream interpreter. So a car in a dream can mean this, that, and the other thing. There's no evidence of it. So I'm not trying to poo-poo these confirmation dreams that are coming from various people, but with all the 15 or so that I've seen about 2025, I've also known a friend of mine who asked for a dream confirmation in 2012 when Jesus was going to return, and he had a dream of a large wall of fire and faces coming out and saying Jesus will return in 2017, and he obviously didn't return. There is dreams where people have seen October 14th and they couldn't figure out what it is and they had a rapture dream. There is dreams of September 11th. There is dreams of people that saw 2026 in a dream. There is, and like I said, if you are constantly searching for dreams and searching for confirmations, your mind and your subjective mind will come up with them. I'm not trying to, because like I said, I'm still not on the train that it could not happen. It looks like it, but really everybody is basing this off one man's testimony, which is Joshua's testimony. I've heard a couple more that are pretty convincing, but Joshua, and since he comes out, you'll notice that the hysteria that is created can now, and demons come in dreams all the time. Demons manifest themselves in dreams constantly. So, and there's false Jesuses as well. Any prophet that you know of, a real one, because a lot of you just, you watch prophets on television or you watch them on here, and there's a lot of false ones and baby ones and immature ones and people that haven't been trained. In the Bible, prophets had schools. It's kind of like the Jedi. You got to be trained to discern. Like I said, friends of mine have told me there are so many false Jesuses that appear to people that it would blow people's minds. So, and I'm talking ones that sound like him, look like him, feel like him. So you have to test spirits. So I'm not trying to poo-poo, like I said, dreams are ways he talks, but I've always taken dreams as very, very subjective. And they're the last form of communication I like to deal with, unless it's like a vivid dream, or it happens multiple times. So the thing is, though, it's really for me a battle because dated, accurate prophetic people that are mature, that have been in this 15, 20 years, that have trained themselves to discern evil, that know how to test a spirit, that have encountered false angels, they are all that I know, friends of mine, some names online like Brandon Biggs. I'm not saying Brandon Biggs is perfect, but he's seeing the same things that some of my friends are that don't watch people's testimonies to not influence their mind, because you can influence your mind of other people's. A lot of prophets, there's prophets I know of that do that. They purposely don't watch other people. They spend hours in prayer a day and fasting, and they don't watch other people's stuff because they don't want it to interfere with their own visions, because you can have your own vain imaginations. So, but the people I know, to give y'all some pause and hope, like I said, treat it as if it is. Treat it as a 40 days, you know what I mean, before the rains pour. Get serious about God if you're not. Forgive people. Make your restitutions. Do good. Confess. Get your heart right. But the people that I know have all seen that he has granted some kind of pause. I know one that I watch, a holiness chick, and she saw when Donald Trump came into office that we have been granted a period of years, plural. She didn't know if it was, she just said it's more than one, because God said, and she's pretty accurate, of peace. And then all of a sudden, Donald Trump is now doing all of these peace deals. So time will tell. I'm trying to give a little bit of hope out there, a ray of hope for some of you, because we're going to find out very shortly if and like I said, I'll have a series on Joshua, and I'm going to try not to be snarky, because like I said, I don't just call him a false prophet if it doesn't happen, because I've heard testimonies of where there's been granted delays, and a lot of false prophets use that excuse, and I'll be well aware of that. But I do believe the man was sincere. I believe he had an encounter. And if it was a false encounter or a false Jesus, or it was something that, because he had it in 2018, that God may have granted a delay for mercy for us to get ready and to bring in the harvest, I'm gonna put that on his account, because I don't like to judge people to hell, and because if it doesn't happen, there's going to be a lot of people condemning him and calling him a false prophet, and there's going to be a lot of people hurt, and there's going to be a lot of people disappointed, and a lot of people are going to lose their faith. And I always say, anyway, you shouldn't be living on a steady diet of prophets because the Bible says that there will be a lot of false prophets, many, not a few, many. And I always even try to give mercy on that, because like I said, a lot of the prophets that are out there, it's not that they're wrong, it's just that they're immature, and they're baby prophets, and they're not sanctified, and they're not mature. And when they get a vision, most of them are lone rangers. They don't have any leadership or people teaching them, so they just run to the internet. They don't know how to test a spirit. They will see something, they'll go into a vision, they'll come out of a vision, and they'll run to the internet. They'll understand that it's not going to happen right now. It might happen 5 years from now. Then they go telling people it's going to happen now, or they misinterpret a symbol in the vision, or it could have just been bad pizza the night before in a dream. So I always try to be very merciful towards those people. There's very few that I will actually Celestial is one I don't deal with. I mean, she's out there cursing people. She's been wrong many times. Any prophet that's up there that, now prophets and seers have visions all the time, but I'm saying anybody that's up there writing you 5 to 10 page articles every single day that Jesus is talking to him is to be avoided. Like he's up there on a cloud eating bonbons and gossiping with you. There's a lot of those, fake rapture date setters that are sitting there saying, God told me this. I give you one chance, second chance I might give you, 5, 6, 7, get out. The reason that the rapture is mocked so many times is because of people like this, and date setters and calendar setters. I'm going to give a lot of slack this year because I haven't seen this many encounters. But you can go back in 2024 and 2023. You won't have a Joshua, but I guarantee you scroll the comment section, you'll see people, oh, I had a dream. I saw the number 23. I did this. It'll always, so like I said, dreams are subjective. So be careful with them.